speaking of content creation.
Yes, and sound.
And sound, we are going to talk about now the Blue Yeti USB mic, which is the like industry standard for years of microphones. I'll give you a little more spice on here. Podcasters use this, live streamers use this, like pre-recorded YouTubers, can use this.
Voiceover artists.
Yeah, singers, like all sorts of people, and for like the price of it, so like you can get microphones that are thousands of dollars, you can get microphones that are $20. I have tried many of them in all different price ranges. This one is like the best as far as like sturdiness, reliability, and sound quality.
And ease of use.
Ease of use, just plug and play. So this is a USB mic, and it used to be like when you would get a microphone, it would have special like an XLR out, and if you're someone who does not like know what that is, like I remember getting something, I'm like, what is this? Like, where does this even go?
Yeah.
It needed something else, and I was like, oh, I wish I could just plug it in USB to my computer. Years later, now it's an option.
Now we got it right on the bottom here. We got a USB cable. This goes from this is the mini USB port, and then to a standard USB on the other side.
Yeah, and it come in so many different colors. Like I got two of them on Prime Day last year because they were on a great deal. Will had a sad little microphone that just needed to retire.
Yep.
Because he's doing voiceovers, he's making his content, he's
making some music, recording music, yeah.
And that microphone was fine. So I'm not knocking that. It was an Audio Technica. It was still recording well. It just was like, it was making life not as easy because like the stand was old and it was falling, or like it was a little dented, so it was like didn't like look that nice.
Yeah, like I just kind of kept it in its box, and the box was like crinkly plastic, because it wasn't out enough, and I couldn't keep it on the stand because the stand would tip over because it was just not a good stand. So being able to have something like this where it has a really nice base, like really solid base, so like I do keep this on my desk so that when I do need to record something, even if it's just like I'm recording a little bit of audio voiceover for like a review video, I can just plug it in, and Premiere recognizes the microphone right away, and I can just do the little voiceover that I need to do, and keep on going.
Yeah, it's really, really, really nice because there's different settings for it. You can listen to yourself on here if you wanted to. You can plug in headphones.
Oh yeah, headphones
and
here on the bottom.
Monitor yourself through the microphone, which is good. Because you're not going to have the same delay as if you plugged it into your computer and listened through the audio playback on your computer.
Yeah.
The stand is really good, but you can take it off of the stand. On my YouTube setup, I actually have it on an arm because where I shoot my YouTube show is the same place where I edit videos and I answer emails, and I do a lot of accounting now, apparently. Teach myself QuickBooks, but it's just like on an arm, so I can pull it in and pull it out whenever I need it. And I have been on like panel live streams with people who have the like top of the line, many hundreds of dollars microphones, and people in the comments will be like, "What microphone is Marielou using? Because she sounds really good." And I'm like, "It's the Blue Yeti."
The Blue Yeti, baby.
The Blue Yeti, and I have I've used the $20 microphones I have on this page. If you follow us and go to the product videos on our influencer page, I do have some comparisons of some cheaper microphones that are in the like $20 to $70 range from another brand, which are fine. Like you can get something good in all price ranges, but if you have the budget for this one, get this one because it's great.
It's awesome. And plus, like, there's like 4 different types of pickup patterns. There's flexible cardioid, there's Omni, there is bidirectional, and then there's stereo pickup. And it's just so easy with a flick of a switch. You have these various types of pickup patterns. And so, like, for example, like the bidirectional is really good. Let's say we're recording a podcast and we're facing each other, or you're doing an interview. This way the audio is going to pick up both of us. It's splitting the audio between those versus like Omni. If we switch to Omni, Now we have the ability, if you have like a choir full of people, or you're going to be doing something where a lot of people are standing around the microphone, it's going to pick up everywhere. Versus cardioid, which is great for like doing voiceover stuff, and stereo, which is good for solo singing. So it's great that there's various options based off of what kind of recording that you plan on doing. And the fact that, you can just use this also for your live stream, so it can do live sound like real smoothly, like makes it just like a superior microphone for content creators who don't want to think too much about audio. And if you do content creation, or you do any kind of work in video, you'll know that our audio is always the hardest thing to set up and to get right. And there's a lot of people who can be very opinionated about microphones, just as you can be opinionated about cameras, and you can be opinionated about lights. But if you want something simple that's not going to be a big hassle, then these Blue Yeti microphones is the way to go. You don't have to think too hard about the audio. It does what you want it to do.
Plug and play.
Yeah.
Is like what I want. That's the easiest thing to do, when you can have something like this that is just not going to get in your way, and it looks good. And that's like what was important to us. That makes it easier to use.
Yes.
It saves time, because Will doesn't have to unpack his microphone that he feels okay about.
Right.
Or you can have the one that you love and you're excited to use, that's just out because it looks nice. It's easier to use.
Yeah.
And then it saves you time because you just plug it in and it works. It just works.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Is that
it just works.
And
Exactly.
Blue is now was bought out by Logitech, so there's Logitech for creators, or Logi for creators.
Yes.
And I've been getting really into Logitech products. This mouse is Logitech, this keyboard is Logitech. I'm into it.
Yeah.
So
there's good quality stuff.
and they're now that they have this whole division that's for creators, they're focusing on making good products for creators. And I will say, also, this mute button here, so it'll blink or not blink depending on if it's muted or not. I believe, I don't even want to say.
I think blinking is muted.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's really good about that is so I was on a panel live stream, somebody else's show, but I was recovering from a cold, and so I was sneezing, I was coughing, but I didn't want to cough into the microphone because if somebody else is talking. So we would be in the interview, and then somebody else would talk, and I would hold my cough until I wasn't talking, and then I would press this and you can just do it real easy. Nobody's gonna see it. It's just really small little motion. Mute it, and then come back on. And it's really, really easy to do. And then you can see it because it's in front of you. You can see if it's blinking or not blinking.
Yeah.
It does take a little bit of time to get used to, because I definitely recorded videos that I was muted. But you learn that from experience.
Yeah, exactly. You just
you
gotta
have to
learn
live that life.
Yeah. I learn it the hard way sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.